Hi, my name is Justin Bearley. This is for the Building Leadership Practicum. I'm going to go over the highlights of my e-portfolio. First of all, I'm going to talk about the candidate information, which is me, where I'm going to cover the activities that I had to complete for this e-portfolio. So under candidate information, I'm going to talk about my goals. This is a video I created um, to talk about my goals in 6+ years, and then I think it was 10 to 15 years and 15 to 20 years or something like that. Obviously, my main goal is to be a good dad, as well as become a building leader of a school. Here's my philosophy. I want to cover a few parts of this. I think that a building leader should lead by example. Actions speak louder than words, in my opinion. I think you have to gain the respect of stakeholders and students and staff members of your school and community. Humility, we're all human. We all are going to make mistakes. You have to own up to your mistakes when you make them. Um, Success is measured by results and relationships, I think. Um, I think a building leader should have integrity, regarded as honest and truthful. Communication, I believe, is super important to being a community or a building leader. You have to communicate with all stakeholders in the community, students, staff, uh, and I think you have to be a visionary. Um, I think one, I think you have to listen to community members in order to be a visionary and a great communication as well. Okay, moving on here. Here's my plan of study. I started thinking about taking this endorsement program in the fall of 2018. I did not at that time. Um, Fast forward to 2019, I went ahead and enrolled um, in the fall of 2019, and now we are in the fall of 2020. So I'm completing my 21 hours in just about a year. Here's my resume. So I have not created a resume for 18 or 19 years I have been here at Cheney. So my resume, I think, is pretty weak. I think I need to add stuff to it. Um, it's something I haven't thought about a whole lot just because I've been in one place and I haven't interviewed anywhere. Um, so that's something I will definitely need to work at for sure. Okay, moving on to activities here. Here are the activities that I chose for this e-portfolio. Obviously, Dr. Moody has certain requirements that has to be met. Um, I will, and we're going to go through some of them. So let's talk about the component tracker here real quickly. This is just a guide, so this is what I have to meet every single one of these through my activities. Um, this is the administration verification. This is saying that my administrators have known I've been um, being part of the building leadership or leadership of the district um, throughout the last year or so. And this is just their signatures and my signatures. Here's the annotated bibliography. This bibliography was a lot of work. I would not consider myself to be a great leader or great writer. I'm sorry, a writer. Um, I haven't wrote for a long time. So this did take a lot of time, effort, and energy. Um, but I think the results, what I've learned, is I wouldn't change it for anything. I wrote down that I put in 25 hours on this, but in all honesty, it was probably at least double that. But the amount of knowledge that I've learned from this is just amazing, and a resource that I always can come back to and reflect on. I think this is probably the the greatest thing I think in this e-portfolio for me as a future building leader. My highlight video is going to go right here. That's what I'm doing right now. So that is empty right now. Let's talk about some district activities. I can't talk about each one just because of the time. But here are some activities. This is the standard that I have to go with. And this is what I chose to do as my activity. This is the amount of time I spent on it. SWOT analysis is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And you can definitely see I have some threats and weaknesses. All right, I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody is. All right, the next activity is Board of Education meetings. I think this is helpful for me as a building leader, and I think I should continue to go to the Board of Education meetings. This is where decisions are made for the students and for the staff, and for the community. So I think this is important for me to continue to attend. Promoting community engagement. This was a research paper that I did for one of the classes. This is social and emotional learning, or SEL. Through COVID here, our school district has really hit on SEL as very important for our students here. When students aren't around other students, it's hard on them socially and emotionally. So we really have focused on that this year and at the end of last year. The next one is Special Education Eligibility and Regulations Chart. And now let's go on to the elementary activities. First activity here is a mission and vision. This was a case study that I studied, and this is a video here. I won't get into that right now. And the next one is communication plan. Communication is especially important for the community, the school, the staff, all stakeholders. The next activity is some presentations that I did in class. It deals with equity and inclusion culture. The next standard here, or next activity, is that the annotated bibliography, and I talked about this already. And notice I put in about 25 hours there, and it was probably double that. Let's move on here to the next activity. It is advocate for the school and community. I kind of picked the community. Well, I did both the community and school here. As a shop teacher, I get questions all the time about, hey, can you do this? Can we do that? So forth and so on. So these are just two examples of within the past 3 or 4 months that we have done up at school. I say we because my kids, my students, and I, they definitely help as well. The next activity is legal and ethical and equity. This is a case study done in EDL 850. The next activity is an interview with Mr. Woofter. He's our elementary principal. I interviewed him over his hiring practice. He is new to our district. Lots of experience as a building leader. He was at one place for about 15 or 16 years. Then he moved to a school, and then he came to us. So, but I have learned a lot from him, and I definitely respect him. Okay, secondary activities here. The first activity is the mission and vision again. We talked about COVID. We went to a hybrid learning last March, along with everybody in the state of Kansas. So this was a professional learning that we did. The next one is modeling ethics. So I helped with the building leader team. Lots of activities. I put down 80 hours, and in fact, it was over 120 hours that I modeled ethics. I spent too much time on this for this e-portfolio. But I think it is important as a small town. As a building leader, you get to do everything, whether it's football, volleyball, whatever you name it. Um, you know, events like theater, um, pretty much all activities we attend. Okay, equitable and inclusive culture. This is a crisis team meeting. This has been really a hot topic before COVID hit. Um, so I included this because I think it's important and it's something we should not forget. The next activity is tech rich strategies. I use this. This is actually, I created this for this e-portfolio for our classmates to utilize. Synthesizing instruction. This is the Teacher of the Year nomination. So I was on the board that, or on the team that helped decide who our Teacher of the Year nomination would be at Cheney. Community research. I used a U.S. Census report on this just to understand what the community is and who they are. I know it pretty well. I've lived here for 19 years, but it was interesting to see the data. It just reinforced what I knew already, but it was interesting to see that. Okay, evaluate needs and resources. So this is a research project I did for one of my classes. Collaborative professional culture. Once again, this is a project I did for EDL 851. Evaluate capacity needs. This is nurturing professional learning. Each teacher is different. Each teacher needs something different. So this is kind of helpful to that. Teacher observation. Okay. Then I have a reflection written paper here. I will say that this program has been really pretty hard. It's a lot of time, but I think in the end it's well worth it. I've learned a lot through this program. I am grateful that I took it. I knew that it was going to be rigorous, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to pay a lot of money for and not get anything out of it. So, and it has been rigorous, and but the end results, I am a better teacher. I'm a better person for going through this program. Even if I do not become a building leader, it's been a success either way. So, okay, thank you.